Okay, so a couple other things here about stability. Now, the kind of horizontal triplane stroke this was designed for has no real downward force at the catch, right? It just slots in and slots out. Now, that doesn't mean that if you found such downward force useful that you couldn't apply it. Because you can square this up and use it at a higher angle, and then you're getting that downward force. And in fact, I suspect that I will want this offset, the tip here, the angle to be further forward like this, because I think that's going to give me a better and longer lift at the catch if I can get that pointing further forward. And if that's the case, that will translate into more of a traditional lean when it's placed this way. That horizontal angle will translate into a vertical one if I were to do this. So you can certainly still do that. It's not going to give you the lift in terms of moving you forward that the wing blade has, because the wing blade has the foil edge here, the leading edge. And so you want it that way. This does not. This has it on the outside edge. So to maximize the lift, you want to put it in low and keep this angle perpendicular to the surface of the water. But you can do that. You can still do it high. If that's going to keep you up, you can do that. That's fine. Another thing is the way the hatchet blade is set up here, it prevents me from getting too close to the boat. So what's kind of interesting is that you could do it on this side. So I can get nice and close to the boat, probably closer than I can with a wing blade, and doesn't seem to make any difference. So now I'm doing my best of a wing blade very close to the boat, bringing it out, and short strokes. And I'm doing it upside down. Try that with a wing blade. And of course, I'm sure many of you, as I have been in difficult conditions swimming, and you try to get back in, and you finally get back in the boat, and you have your paddle, you've held onto the paddle, but somehow it's reversed. And you take a stroke or two and then discover and you're swimming again. So this seems to work almost just as well, reversed as normal. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. Some things do change, but I'm not going to get into that now. And there may be actually some use for paddling it reversed in triplane fashion. So that's something that can be looked into. There's lots of possible flexibility here with this. A final thing on stability is that even with the triplane stroke, which is low in this way, you could tilt it this way. And bringing that down in that way will try to make it rise up, right? You can push it down, and you also can give some downward force. Now, I don't know how practical that's going to be, but it's something to think about, right? So you can do it here, and you feel yourself going, you just do a little twist, right? Particularly you're not feathered, so you can do it on each side. And of course, you always have your normal bracing stroke. So there are some interesting things certainly to investigate concerning stability and the triplane blade. So we're just scratching the surface here. So I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, stability issues.